Hello everyone, my name is Kenneth and today we are going to be reacting to the Rose's interview on the Zach Sang show. I didn't realize that it was this long and it's currently very warm in my room. I have two lights on me right now plus the lights down there and I didn't think this through because it's already a really hot day. So this is your warning that if I turn into a tomato at any time, and I just said tomato instead of tomato, what the frick is wrong with me? If I turn into a tomato at any point during this reaction, please don't judge me too hard. It's really warm in here. But without any further ado, let's get into the Rose on the Zach Sang show.
Hey guys, we're the Rose, and we just got interviewed at the Zach Sang show, the most amazing, the most beautiful, the most comfortable show in this world.
I like how Woo-sung says that as Tojun is sat on a very uncomfy looking chair. First and foremost.
beautiful. Please check it out. We talked about many things with our album Heal and how we all want to heal together. Thank you, and subscribe, like, and the bell for Zach Sang. Yes.
Hello, beautiful human. My name is Zach. That is Dan.
Yo.
And we welcome to the studio. The Rose.
Yay.
Yay! Yeah, guys, we're the Rose. Thank you for inviting us back. Zach, Dan.
Well, we had you on the show,
Right,
Woo-sung,
right.
and we said in that conversation
Yes, I remember.
that we needed to make this happen, and we've officially made it happen.
So this is part 2. Sorry for pausing. This is part 2. I did notice that there was a solo Woo-sung interview, but because we haven't gone into solo stuff yet, I wanted to leave that till after we've gotten into some solo stuff.
For giving us your time and energy,
Yeah, no, thank you.
especially release week.
Yay.
Like that's insane right now.
It is pretty insane. We like insane.
Do you? Do you thrive in insanity and chaos?
We have to. I think we have no choice.
What's the most chaotic part about releasing an album?
Everything else but the music. Right?
Like
There's so
doing
much.
this.
Yeah. I mean, like this is chill. Like, we love interviews and explaining like our, whatever the process was. But there's like little details, as little as like, what font are we gonna use for this new physical album that we're printing? What lyrics?
As someone who's had to start using choosing fonts and stuff for like streaming and YouTube, the whole thing of picking a font is very annoying. So I relate to that a little bit.
Lyric page are we gonna? Yeah, there's so many things. Like, what merchandise? How are we gonna design the merchandise? Like, how much is it gonna cost? And
Is that process the same for when you're doing your solo stuff?
yeah, but a lot more hectic in this
Because
case.
everybody's involved.
Yeah, three more brains, three different things. It's not just me saying, okay, yeah, yes, no. It's more like, yes, no, yes, okay. What do we want to do? Talk about it? Yeah, it goes on for like 3 hours, doesn't get finished, and then the next day, like, we kind of need this right now, and then we're like, fuck.
That happens all the day.
Yeah.
Throughout the process.
The whole
of
process,
right,
yeah. That's been our 5 months.
The album.
But it's not like that when it comes to music.
No, it is way more. so then we have a song, we have this one word we want to change, and we talk about it, fight about it for like full 3 days, and we still can't figure it out, and we still fight about it. It's like 2 verse 2. Sometimes it goes to 3 verse 1, and you're just trying to like survive. And now at this point, you don't even know if you think it's the right one. You just want to stick to it because you've been sticking to it.
Well, you feel really great when you're like fighting against like 3, like when it's 3 versus 1,
Yeah.
and the one actually when one gets to win, you feel really
Yeah,
achieved.
Yeah.
But
'cause-
who's determining who wins and who loses?
so when everybody agrees, we move forward.
Yeah.
So you need a unanimous decision.
So you have to persuade and explain why you think that way.
Yeah.
What?
And
Okay, my competitive ass could never, because I'd be like, we're doing it my way. We're doing and then everyone would be like, no, and I'd be like, oh, okay, never mind.
exactly.
So you're being challenged in a new way.
And then we're learning business, and we're learning about negotiating while we're making music.
But you also have to really believe in that idea.
Exactly. Otherwise, you wouldn't do it. You wouldn't do
of
it just for
course.
the fact of like beating these ideas. Like, yeah. It's
Yeah.
more for the music for
No,
sure.
I like fighting. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Do you get the best product every time this way?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
for sure.
Cause we, we're a band. We want to be satisfied with what we're playing on stage, and if one person isn't satisfied, then might as well just not do it.
Yeah. Well,
That's actually a really good point. A lot of people like forget with like group stuff because obviously a lot of people see groups as like a unit. People often will like forget the individual members and they'll just be like, oh, everyone's playing the song, so everyone likes this song. But I do get that kind of importance of everyone liking what they're doing, because if not, like Wusong said, there's no point doing it if they don't.
for brains, we
Mhm.
always get surprised after we go through all this, and then the
Final product.
final
yeah.
product, we always get surprised.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, as we were in here setting up for you guys to come in, we had two pretty decent sized solo artists on our show in the last week.
Oh wow.
I mean, we always have, but they have something.
Ouch.
Not trying to brag, but they have in common. It was Louis Campoli and Bozzy, and both of them,
Ooh, love them both.
on their own without being prompted, brought up this idea of being solo artists looking to be in a band.
Yes, they did.
Oh wow.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, that's really interesting because
Yeah.
in one case, 100% of the mental anguish
Yeah.
and Olympics you go through and the stress and everything is just on one person,
Yeah.
but it is shared in this case.
exactly.
Exactly.
Does that make things easier?
There's ups and downs of when it comes to like easy and harder. I think it's more about like how you want to take on your life, right? Do you want to succeed and be happy, but like you can't really share the experience, or do you want to go there maybe a little bit harder and a little bit more complicated and more fighting, but do you want to share it with the people around you?
Yeah.
I think it's just like a mindset difference.
I
No
think
wrong or right.
yeah.
That's fair. I remember growing up, and I don't know if this is a very Western perspective, and it more so applies to groups rather than bands. There is this kind of mentality that I've experienced growing up where rather than it being like the members and Zach are saying here about like sharing experiences and ups and downs of that, there's this mentality almost that boy groups and girl groups are a fallback option. Like I remember growing up and watching things like The X Factor and Britain's Got Talent, American's Got Talent, that kind of thing. And I remember when there was someone that so and so wanted to go through, instead of that kind of anguish of like, who do I send home, who da. There was this idea of just putting people together. That's how Fifth Harmony were put together. That was how One Direction were put together. And so growing up, I always wanted to be a singer growing up, and so I had this mentality that because of these shows, that being in a group was a fallback option. Like it was kind of like, it was like those judges and people saying, we don't think you could make this on your own, but in a group. And so it's interesting now as an adult, and more so since I've discovered Korean pop, even with learning about SB19, the way that a lot of Asian artists look at group systems. Like when I think of like Shiny, for instance, they have the strength and skill set to be solo artists, but yet there's still this pride of being part of a group. Like for instance, Taemin, I know when he introduces himself, even in solo stages, he'll say, I'm Taemin from Shiny, which I feel like a lot of Western groups wouldn't.
Yeah, it relates to every relationship, but if it's like a small group of people, you might get faster. there, and then easier. But if it's a big group of people, it might be harder, but you go more further. That's what we believe in about.
Yeah.
I understand that
Yeah.
because you really are testing and all of the ideas is running through so much before it gets to the
Yeah.
end
Exactly. Yeah.
until it gets to us. And we're going to dive into the album, which I'm really excited to do. Like very, very excited.
Hey.
How'd you all meet though?
Oh wow. It was once upon a time, 7 years ago.
There,
Here
at
and
the
there.
right timing, at the right place. We were
Yeah.
there, and then we were meant to be. Yay!
So Leo.
Sorry for pausing. That is just so cute.
And should I say Korean names? Tojun and Chaehyung, right? They used to busk not
like-
together, but in the same area. So they knew of each other. They knew each other
like 10 years ago.
10 years ago.
And then those two were in
Yeah.
the same company, like trying to figure out what to do.
Yeah.
And then
Same entertainment company.
yeah,
I mean,
entertainment
yeah.
company. And then Sammy and I were basically drink buddies.
Drinking buddies. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Drinking
Yeah.
buddies.
Alcohol.
Yeah,
Alcohol
yay.
friends.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then-
Party.
I love that the rose is just basically the Venn diagram. So you've got drinking buddies and busking, entertainment company, and then they just meet in the middle.
and then we formed a band called Windfall, and then
I do remember that.
you know, we were like talking about music, and then it was a right fit.
Yeah.
But who had the idea? So you're in this other band.
Me? Oh.
Well, Windfall. Who-
Oh, well, they made a band called Windfall, the three of them first.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And
Us
then-
three first, and then we always wanted to, you know, have another guy who sings and play guitar, and then, well, there he was, and then like we just came up,
Just
to it,
drinking away.
and
Drunk
then
as
yeah,
hell.
yo,
Yeah.
yo, cheers, and yo, you know, I'm in a band called Windfall,
Yeah,
and
like
these are the guys.
Yeah, he like
yeah.
pitched. He pitched Windfall
I
to me.
know.
We were
Well,
drinking, and he's like,
you know,
brought chicken, and he's
Yeah.
like, yo,
I
there's a
know.
band.
yeah, and it was
Look
his
at them.
birthday party actually.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what are you trying to do here, man?
I showed her like few videos of us like, you know, practicing.
And the
like,
videos were whack. No, I was
Yeah.
kidding.
it was whack.
No, I was just kidding.
I don't know. Yeah, it was so. We thought like, you know, having him as a group was like, you know, something else. So like we went up to him, and then he went, oh, okay, yeah, why not? We had a gig, like a month later, like then. So
Yeah.
why not do a gig together as a special guest, and then let's figure out what we could do.
Yeah.
And then that became the Rose.
So what did he say to you?
That's
that
so
brought you in?
inspiring.
It wasn't what he said, because whatever he said turned me off to everything. But it was actually the moment I went in to do this, gig
Rehearsal.
as like a special guest. I got my electric guitar. I played together with the whole band, and the first chord, it was F. I remember, and I strung it, and I was like, okay, yeah, this is it. And no matter what Leo said, or no matter what Tojun said, it didn't even matter. I was like, okay,
True that.
yeah, this
Right.
makes sense,
Fact.
right?
Yeah.
No words were
because
needed.
I felt that exactly same too. When
Yeah.
we were forming Windfall, I went the first rehearsal was, I think it was E minor for me.
Yeah.
Well, and then it just clicked. I just knew that,
Yeah.
oh shit, we gotta do this.
So who wants to change the name?
I think we all kind of wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we had we wanted to make a new theme out of it. I mean new paradigm, a new
New
phrase?
brand.
The
No.
new.
chapter.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, new chapter. So so why not change the name, and then we had like thousands of like
Hundreds of whiteboard
names
filled.
on the board,
Yeah.
and the rose was looking at us saying, "Pick me, pick me."
Yeah.
The Rose.
I want to know what some of the alternative names were, before they ultimately decided on the rose.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Simple. Does it capture what you guys do on stage?
Yeah. We could make stuff up too. Like the rose. The flower's beautiful, but it has a thorn, and I think that's what our music is kind of like.
But
Ooh.
after since we named our band the Rose, we love it.
Yeah.
So, and your fans have a name attached to it.
Exactly. Black Rose. That was the main reason why we chose that
Mhm.
name.
Why?
because we, in Korean, the black rose meaning is like kind of protecting. There's a drinking term in Korea which is the black night. So if someone feels like they can't drink, they're like, oh, who wants to do the black night for me? For guys, for girls, you would say, who would want to be the black rose for me? So it's like that. It's like that thing of like, we protect each other and all that, and we felt like, that's the relationship we wanted with our fans. We protect them, they protect us.
I did remember that from the guide.
It's beautiful life.
Not everything,
another
but I
thing
did remember that from the guide.
Flower at the black rose flower is like endless love.
Endless love,
Yeah,
right?
forever love.
Yeah.
Is this like a forever thing between all of you?
We hope, unless someone dies and.
That's so morbid.
Someday,
Yeah.
of course,
Someday,
one
because
day.
there's no such thing as forever, right?
That is
Nope.
true.
Yeah.
Nope.
But in our minds, as long as we can. Yeah.
This
That's sorry to pause again. That's so like comedically morbid, and I really really appreciate that. But I think what I love more about that is it wasn't like, oh, if we break up or fall out, do. It's just like it's literally like marriage vows, death.
this is listening to your music was really special because there's not, and correct me if I'm wrong, there's not a ton of bands that sound like you guys that come out of Korea.
Yeah.
I'd say that.
I mean, I know
No, I
there are rock bands.
Yeah. No, there are a lot indie bands and stuff. But I think in terms of music, every band is different. And for us, I think we just, because we have our own color and we write our music, maybe that's the reason why it can't just sound like other bands. Same with other bands too, right? If they write songs, they won't. We can't sound like them.
So it's just like their colors and our color.
Yeah.
I love that way. I think that's an Asian thing as well, or an Asian culture thing. Talking about like colors of music, I don't think I've really heard any Western artists describe music in that way, apart from maybe those people with synesthesia.
But there is something to like being incredibly inspired by one band and their sonics making their way into your music. But Childhood, beautiful and deep and like.
Thank you.
Damn.
Thank you.
Like, where do you go to write that record?
Where do you
Like
where
mentally,
do you go?
like and physically, all of it.
Yeah.
Where was it? It was in our apartment.
Yeah, it was in our apartment. In your room.
I love the way that we sung, like when, like to answer the question, like from a mental perspective and stuff like that, and Tojin was immediately like, our apartment.
With like a bunch of clothes hanging in a small ass room.
And Sammy being naked.
Yeah.
Well, the music video, you're basically naked.
Exactly. The main message for the visual, it was that we're all born naked and we're all equal, no matter what. And we tend to forget that we're not, or that we are equal. So then we just want to showcase that with Childhood, because when you're a child and you have all these dreams, and as you get older and become mature, become more in tune with this world, you kind of tend to forget those little details that we had so naturally without even learning about like having dreams, because no one told us to always, like when you're a child, they don't tell you to like have these dreams or have these things you want to do, but you just want to do them when you're a child because you have all this energy and you're new to this life and you love it, right? And like and you see how beautiful life can be without even like anyone teaching you that. And
Childhood wonder and naivete that's like really gorgeous and almost blinding.
Yeah. So it was a reminder for us too, and it was just we wanted to just showcase, let's not forget those feelings. And
so naked was the only way
Naked.
to really present that.
yeah, it's hard convincing some of the members. It was supposed to be way more nakedness.
Yeah.
But
we took it out.
we had to balance it.
How much more naked could you get? Just take all you're wearing was like underwear.
Yeah, so basically nothing. Just don't wear anything.
That's a beautiful confidence.
I don't think anyone would have been able to react to that on YouTube.
I don't know if that's a good way to put it. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, beautiful
Okay,
confidence.
Yeah.
Or a
but we
risky
gotta think-
move.
but, yeah,
You
but we,
defined
got,
it.
we gotta think about their eyes too, like the staffs.
Exactly. We gotta be respectful.
Why?
Once you see your butt, it's gonna be hard to look at you the same way. I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah, that's what everybody was saying. Like, do you really want to go that route? And I was like, what route is that? Like,
laugh it,
yeah,
share it. It's a blessing.
yeah.
Why was Childhood the song you guys chose out of all 10 to come back with?
I mean, that's a leading single. We wanted to showcase that sonically. We thought it made sense, but honestly, the messaging, right? I think all healing, all things we need to heal from, which Heal is our album, comes from our childhood usually. Childhood traumas are the first thing we experience, and that
Insert the
carries
Jamie
on
Lee Curtis
throughout your
gif.
life.
Trauma.
You get that you have this trauma, but then you're a certain way because of this trauma, right? So it's kind of hard to accept that, and for me too. Recently, I've been realizing a lot of like childhood traumas and my experiences that kind of shaped who I was, and we all have experienced that together. So I think that was like a good first step. Yeah.
Is that self-discovery, or you?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't think there's someone that's like telling me you have a childhood trauma. Yeah, I could, but to be honest, I'm not at one place. So I want to go to therapy. To be honest, I want to go to a psychologist and kind of just be able to talk about it. But I these are my psychologists right here.
Did they sign up for that?
So is Childhood the first song you make for the album?
Actually, yeah. Yeah, that's
it
a
was,
that's
'cause,
a
like,
song. Yeah.
We had a few way back period in between, so we had it like the melody and the rough the sketch. We had it like
for 3 years now.
1-2 years.
No, we had it for like 3 years.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, we had it for like 3 years.
Yeah.
Rough.
And then we developed on that, but
Yeah.
still, we had it. And then, after we hear them like gradually, it like dived into our that it could lead to this album actually.
Wait, so you had the song done for 3 years,
Yeah.
but then do you know what message you want to send in the album? Like, before you go back and listen to old songs that could fit it?
So it wasn't like Childhood definitely was gonna be in this album no matter what it was gonna be, right? Childhood was like, you could say it was a root of the even sonically, like this was the root of what we wanted to do next. We had Childhood, and then we started shaping this album and kind of like really talking about what this album should be about, and it just naturally Heal made the most sense. Yeah.
Do you
I love that.
share amongst you all when it comes to sharing your life to craft these records, or do you kind of write songs on your own and then come together?
There's many ways. Sometimes we write together. Sometimes like Hajun would bring like a part of the melody and he'd be like, I want to develop this. I'm thinking this. Or Chaeyoung, he would, there's a song in the album called Seesaw. It's about his story. He brought like the first half of it with like guide lyrics that are not finished, but like there's something there, right? Then we kind of like share what this is about, and we input, we go back and forth.
You fight over words.
Exactly.
I love that about music, the way that like not just like what they're saying here, but what they were saying just a minute ago about having an idea for a song 3 years ago. The way that Tojun was explaining it, I assumed like they had like part of the song rather than the full song. But I love that about music, the way that you can like hum a melody now and then like be like, oh, I can't write anything about it, and then 5 years later or something like that, you can hum that same melody and it can become a part of a song. I really, really like that. I'm gonna go back a little bit because I did interrupt.
We input, we go back and forth.
You fight over words.
Exactly. And he's like, I brought this. It doesn't even matter at that point. You're like, I don't care. It's the rose. Yeah.
Yeah, it's everybody's.
Yeah.
It's
It's everybody's.
Is that a little scary when you have to when these songs still remain personal to each one of you?
No.
No, not at all.
We're so happy to do it. We want to share it and not just make it just about me when it comes to a song, because like a song, it doesn't have to have one meaning always.
Totally.
Sorry about that.
It doesn't have to have one meaning always.
Totally.
Yeah, it could mean whatever. When we write songs, we have our own message for sure, but we usually don't share it too much because, whoever's listening, they could take away their own message for it. It could be a tool for them to feel whatever. We don't mind.
It's actually really better to have four stories in it, because there is a lot of other audiences who's gonna relate to.
Yeah.
That's why we always wanted to make it really open and
Touches the most amount.
I think that's why I used to love English literature at school. You know, everyone jokes about like the teacher memes of like, you know, why are the curtains blue or blah 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 blah. But I love that when you read books or poems or you listen to music, there's so much room for personal interpretation, and then you can bring your own perspective to things, which ultimately like change how it is. You know, it's entirely transformative. I really like that. I really like that aspect of art in general.
Of people.
What can you tell us about the song "Definition of Ugly" is?
Ooh, that is exactly like the title. So that one, the main
Is what though? What is the definition of ugly?
So the main theme of that song was, you know, the story of the ugly duckling.
Yes.
Yeah. So you know, you think you're a duck, but you're this you're a different duck, and you try to fit in this group of ducks, and you're getting picked on, whatever, blah blah blah. No, everybody thinks you're ugly, you're different, you're special, but then you realize later on you were just in the wrong group environment. You're actually a swan.
Yes.
So you know,
I love that. I didn't know that.
that's what
I had heard. I have heard the song. Not entirely. I think I listened to it in snippets. But I haven't gotten around to listening to the entire album yet. So that's a really nice story.
definition of ugly is.
trying to fit into a different
Yeah.
circumstance.
Yeah. We're saying like you know, like being special is not bad.
Basically,
Yeah.
yes.
You just haven't found the right people to be special with.
Mm.
If you feel it's because I think growing up there's a lot of when you're in your teenage years, right? You want to fit in, and you
Mhm.
always want to be cool, and I think that's natural for everybody, right?
Yeah.
We all want to fit in for some reason, and those are the really like strong times where you get the feeling of like, oh, why don't I fit in here, or why do I feel like I'm not being myself? And you're starting to realize that maybe, you know, those weren't the right group of or right environment for me to be in. Maybe I'm more like this, you know. And sometimes people perceive you as ugly, sometimes people perceive you as pretty, but at the end of the day it doesn't matter, because you know you're a swan, or maybe you're a duck, maybe you're a lion. Yeah, we're not the same. Nobody's the same. Yeah,
But we all are still the same.
exactly.
Mhm.
We are all one, but
Mm.
we are all special in our own way. Exactly. Yeah.
And that we talk in the song Cure.
Yeah.
You touch upon. So, what is the ultimate goal of Heal?
Ultimate goal? I mean, we already achieved it. We healed through writing
Yes.
this album.
You guys healed.
Yeah, we.
Wow.
Yeah, we you know, putting the songs out, having it on, you know, writing the lyrics on paper, now like recording it and everything. Like we healed through the process, not just writing the songs, but you know, the trips we took to write this album, the connections, the conversations we had with our partners, with everybody, our crew, writing this album. I think it was a very healing process, and that's what we wanted. Coming back, we wanted to kind of gather around, like starting this new chapter. We wanted to, what do you call it? Go back to our beginnings,
Yes.
beginning thoughts, and
Yeah.
that's what we did.
Yeah.
What was it like getting together for the first time after what, like two years? Is that what you guys?
Three, yeah, 2-3 years. It was great. We all matured individually, and we were apart for each other. So sharing those experiences within the lost time, it was beautiful.
We talked
Yeah.
a lot about what heal is
Mhm.
actually,
Yeah,
and we learned a lot.
yeah,
And well, for now we might, healing might be something that you constantly give love to yourself.
yeah.
That's one of the things that we learned,
Mhm.
and well, we're still learning.
Yeah.
And we just wanted to share what we felt through this album.
Yeah.
When you sit down for the
I
first,
really I love that. What I think I love most about that answer is the way that, you know, a lot of artists and stuff like that will say like, oh, to bring joy to my fans, to inspire this, to do this, to do that. I like the way that they said, and they took ownership, and they said it was for us. We got our goal. Everything else is supplementary. Everything else that happens after it is a bonus. I think that's a really, really sweet answer.
First time after years.
Yeah.
Do you just catch up? Do
Yeah,
you go
catch up.
Do you play music?
No, it took us a week catching up.
Really?
Like
Yeah.
a week, literally a week of drinking and conversating
Yeah.
is what. Yeah.
We did.
Yeah, we did, and more
And
after that.
And it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. We had fun. We got drunk as hell, and yeah,
Is this the glamping trips?
yeah. We did the glamping
Ooh,
trip.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
you saw
saw
the
that.
episode.
Cool,
Yeah.
sir.
We also just did like drinking nights in Korea. Just went out and.
Is that the reality? Is that their like YouTube vlogs and stuff?
Hungover, we were like, and then
Yeah.
talk about like, oh, yo,
Yeah.
What do you guys drink?
You get drunk a lot, yeah?
Yeah, I think yeah. So this year, right? We've been drinking a lot this year, honestly. The amount of times we drank this year is way more than how much we drank so far in our life. Do we agree? Yeah, like the amount of times we drank this year, just this year, is way more than the times we have drank up until our life period. Yeah.
Well, you gotta
Why?
make up for lost time.
Exactly. Why?
That's
I
it.
think first reason, we got older. Drinking is much more fun now. Also, second reason is fun.
So the third reason is
It's
it's
fun.
amusing.
Yeah, I don't
So
know.
it's fun, basically. yes.
When you have to write an essay,
When you get older, drinking is
but
fun.
you only have 1 point.
Worse.
They do. Yeah, and that's why we've been trying to like cut down a little bit while we have to get ready for tour and like do practices and stuff. Yeah, we can't sing after we drink.
What was it like for you guys to play for the first time after all those years?
Oh yeah, so I remember I had my solo tour. I ended in Korea, right? And on my last show, which was in Korea, the Rose came out as a special guest, and I finished my set. And the last like 30 minutes, we did 5 songs. That was like the Rose's set, right? So
Was that the first time did you sound check together?
yeah,
or-
yeah, we did. We practiced a little bit.
Okay.
Well, we should have practiced a little bit
'Cause,
more,
yeah,
but
we
we're busy drinking. No,
We
so
forgot.
yeah, we were practicing because I honestly didn't remember like the chords, and
You know,
none
3
of us did.
years, and you
Yeah.
forget something. So.
Yeah, my fingers were hurting from playing guitar. Like,
Oh yeah, you don't play guitar on your solo project,
not
do you?
really, not really. Yeah, like one song maybe, and even then, like I'm like, just do it. Yeah,
Well,
no
well-
one will notice.
What was it like for you guys to get back on stage?
Whoa. Well, we always wanted to,
Yeah.
and it was
Bit busy.
a moment that we were always look forward to. So we just felt great. That's all. Like happy. We felt so like relieved and like so like a family.
Mhm.
What we could say is like,
Accomplished.
yeah, accomplished. Something like that.
Long time coming.
Yeah.
I just want to say, if anyone has the like link to wherever, like if anyone has like a concert link to that last show, I'd really like to see it, because I just obviously I want to, like, seeing them live is one thing, but like I want to see how like that moment when the Rose comes out as the Rose after all that time. I don't know, I just feel like that would be a really nice thing to see, like, in my own time.
How'd you know this album was done?
How?
Ooh,
Mhm.
good question.
We still feel like it's not done. There's so many things we need to do.
Well, it's too late now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is too late.
Okay.
It's like there's like so many things that goes after the album too, right? Now we gotta perform it, right? So like we're practicing, and like I'm like, what were the words again? It's never done. I think that's up to the audiences to finish it. Yeah.
You're like
I think that's as well. I think not just in terms of like audience finishing it. I think that for this album in particular, I think that's actually a really good message, because you constantly heal as you go through, through your life, and you unpick the parts that weren't as pretty or as fun or as magical or whatever. But I think that's a really good answer, especially for this album.
Deep, but I don't know if you like you try to be deep or it's just like unintentional.
Is that deep? I don't think that was that deep, but yeah.
You make a lot of animal references too.
I love animals.
Me too.
You do.
Yeah.
Animal reference.
I love his pet.
The last time you talked about moths.
Yeah, moths.
Oh yeah.
Insects, but yeah.
Spoilers.
My bad. I'm sorry if I insulted anybody.
Okay.
My bad.
Just
My
to be
bad.
correct.
What are you thinking?
Yeah, can I ask a basic question? I'm sure a lot of people ask you, but like on this new album, how do you decide if it's gonna be English or Korean lyrics?
Ooh.
We don't. We just we honestly don't. It's not like we go into the album saying like, okay, this album is gonna be 70% Korean, 30% English. It's like for song is every song is different. So we would write the melodies and maybe sometimes the lyrics come first, and we just go with the flow. Like, oh, I think like this sounds good here. Like this.
I did wonder
Will you?
just because the first song that I heard from the Rose was Back to Me, and obviously that's majority English song, and so I remember when I saw that recommendation and I was like, oh, is there gonna be Korean lyrics? Is there gonna be English lyrics? You know, what the balance is gonna be, and I always find that interesting when I listen to artists that do multi-language songs and multi-language albums. I do like wonder like how they decide like, oh, I'm gonna use this word or I'm gonna use this word. Obviously sometimes I guess when they're writing there's things like rhyming, like if there's like a Korean word that rhymes with an English word, you might use that way. You might use that kind of logic. That's really interesting. I'm glad they asked. I'm glad the interviewer asked. Dan, I think they said their name was in the beginning. But I'm really glad they asked that actually.
But do you write in one language over the other usually?
No, not really. Oh, well, you know what though? When we write melodies, we all sing in gibberish, but that's more English than Korean.
Gibberish.
English gibberish,
Like,
yeah.
I wanna do love.
Why is English easier to sing gibberish in?
Flows better. Korean words are like it's like hard cuts.
Yes.
한국말은 딱딱해요. Like 딱딱.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
부드러울
근데-
수도 있겠지만 예,
Yeah.
딱딱하죠.
딱딱할 수 있어요.
네, 그렇죠.
It's more
Yeah.
like cut. Like English, like it connects better, so it's easier to sing the melodies that way.
I don't know. Like, is it because of the syllables or something? Like, I don't know.
I don't know.
That makes sense.
Yeah, we should ask whoever made it.
Yeah.
Just go back in time.
Do you? I mean, most of the songs I was listening to,
Yeah,
they have both.
they're both. Actually, this album is more English, I think.
It came out to be.
Yeah, it came out to be.
Got it. So, but
Yeah, but we do have both. Yeah,
how many 100% English records are on here?
that's like Sour, Time, Shift,
Shift.
Uh,
And
Cure.
Cure. Yes, Cure.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Just one sentence.
Same. Yeah,
Same
you're
as
right.
Childhood.
Yeah,
Oh, the Childhood.
mixed with
they have
Childhood.
the
We had the
phrase.
verse.
Oh, yeah, verse.
Definition of ugly is like 50-50.
Yeah.
What
And
other
Seesaw is
songs
all
do we have?
Korean.
No, Seesaw is like mostly Korean.
Mostly Korean
yeah.
and like 10-20%
Yeah.
English.
Yeah, I'd always hear a little bit of English in there.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
even all your stuff, like, dude,
Yeah.
IOI is one of my favorite songs of all time.
Oh wow.
I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
It's a really great song.
Thank you.
Really fucking good.
Yeah.
You said one song, Shift or Time, has one sentence of Korean. Is that what you said?
Time. Yeah.
Why is that? Why that one sentence fit in there?
For no reason. Yeah. Honestly, we're like.
We wrote it and then we just felt there we gotta have Korean in it. The word it's 시간이 흘러.
시간을 그려.
그려. 시간이
It's
그려.
like we're talking about draw the time. It makes sense in Korean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta see it in context, but drawing the time.
Why did it need to be there, though?
No reason. Yeah.
Art doesn't need a reason.
to be there, but I
Stop
think
asking.
like it should be there.
And we thought that it might be interesting to overseas fans that there's gonna be something there.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that- what are they saying?
It just sounded so pretty. And
Yeah.
the thing is though, like in Childhood too, like in the chorus, we have one line that's Korean. 시간이 흘러, that's like time passes,
and
and
it,
and
and
connects
it connects.
and drawing the time, but it's like a little like what do you call those cookies?
Yeah.
Easter eggs.
Little
Yeah.
fun stuff.
how does it work in Korea being a rock band? Like, because are you considered K-pop?
No, I don't even think Korean people knows that well.
Oh no.
Everyone else.
Yeah. They could consider us whatever they want, but yeah, they might think we're just a K-pop band or K-rock, or they might just think we're an indie band, or they might not think of us at all.
Actually, like
It's like,
all the Koreans think that we're like not Korean band, you know,
yeah.
because we're so much
we're always gone.
like in gone, you know,
Yeah.
basically.
I get that.
On tour or like
Yeah.
like now.
Like the only
For
other
real.
rock band from Korea to really, and there's been a few, but the
Yeah.
only other Korean rock band to come on our show is Day 6.
Yeah.
But they were a rock.
I don't
They
know.
they.
Yeah,
they
they're
were
they're
What
a
are you
rock
doing there,
band.
Zach?
rock and roll.
Supposed to be the drums or
The drum guitars.
But they fucking rock.
No, they do.
Yeah,
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 they're
they
awesome.
do.
I actually we know a couple of members. Yeah. He's friends with the drummer.
Cool.
Yeah, they got like a drum group.
What do you got? You could just hang out and drum.
Drummers Anonymous is the first thing I thought.
Drink.
Seems like a common theme.
Like that's
No
all
drum.
you guys do.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
drink.
Yeah, yes.
Do you drink here?
Sure. Yeah, like always. You know,
In Korea, in LA.
you know, K Town. We got that spot, Inner Crew, right?
Inner- yeah, we
that's our
always-
partner spot. We always drink there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you have like a hookup.
So our office is there. So
Sick.
yeah, downstairs.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're from here. We talked about this last time.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You're
Not from
LA.
K Town, but from the Valley.
Yeah, you're like
Yeah,
45 minutes from here.
Yeah, Thousand Oaks,
Yeah.
Newberry
1,000.
Park, actually, to be specific.
1,000. Do you go home when you're here? Thousand
So
Oaks?
like I don't have a house there anymore, but
Is your parents here?
so my stepdad actually still lives there. My mom lives in.
Oh, cool.
Maybe this is too much information.
Yeah.
I'll just give away your address. at this
My
point.
address is.
Social security number.
Yeah.
Feel is the album. There's going to be a link in the description below so you can listen to it. What are you thinking?
World tour.
Yeah, world tour.
Casual.
Long tour.
Just casual.
Is that what you think when we say world tour? You just say think long?
Long tour, yeah. The world is so big.
Does that make you nervous?
Especially when no one ever goes the whole world.
Makes me honestly makes me frustrated at how much traveling we have to do. But it makes up for that frustration because of those 2 hours of our performance, or 1.5. And we were saying this earlier too, right?
Mhm.
1.5 hours of performing, that's like why we do this, right? That's why we have all these things around it to build for that one moment, and it's all worth it. However, the process of it, we can't always say we're just like party, enjoying life. You know, there's so much goes into, so much manpower, brain power,
Mhm.
a lot of thinking, a lot of little small details, you know. But it's all worth it.
Eventually, like when we finish the show, we just think that wow, this is an honor to
Mhm.
feel
Yeah,
what we are feeling right now. So we feel.
That's beautiful.
very thankful.
Mm-hmm.
During the creative process, do you guys just jam? Like, how do you put together a production track?
Usually we don't play the song until we kind of half arrange it in our head together. So we acoustic guitar, piano. This is how we write, just with that 1st. Yeah.
That's interesting. So, like,
Yeah.
you'll arrange it, and then who takes on what as it comes to like beefing it up?
So
that-
Tojun.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
differs every time, but still.
But Tojun, like he's really good with DAW softwares, and he's the one that takes care of our tone of the band and like the instruments that kind of go into it. Of course, we play our own instruments. However, like rather than our instruments, there's a lot of synth sounds that go into it, and all that. We arrange it together, but the tone of it, Tojun takes care of a little bit more.
You are fully insulated, right? It's just
What does
you
that mean?
guys, meaning
Insulated? Oh, it's just us.
yeah, nobody else.
Yeah, and we're this album we're talking a lot about maybe we should incorporate some of different producers.
we're
Like,
really open actually.
we've been doing this just with the 4 of us for for like 6-7 years, right? So we're like, yeah,
But
like we can make it a lot easier.
The way I was thinking before he said make it a lot easier, the way I was like, yeah, just outsource it. Make it easier for yourselves.
For new things and get
very true.
explore and open your mind.
Yeah, no, that was the first idea that we talked about. Was that for this next album, after the Seal album, we want to collaborate with different producers, different artists, and try to like you said, learn new things, kind of see where we could take it.
It
'Cause
just
now
takes
with-
the right person, though.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
But we have 2 songs we collaborated in this album too.
True. That was like
Yeah.
our first step, trying new things. Yeah.
Mm.
Which ones
Sour
And Cure.
and Cure. Yeah.
would you take away from those sessions that you may apply moving forward?
It was
It's a vibe.
Is it the same person on both?
No.
No.
Yeah.
Different people.
Yeah. Brian actually on Cure, Brian Lee, he wrote like huge songs. He wrote like Post Malone, Weekend, like Havana. I think he was one of the writers for Havana. Bronx. What did he write? Do you know? Cool. Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no.
Insert his credits here.
Yeah. Please.
We'll put him on the screen.
Thank you guys for being in this album.
Mhm.
We rose you.
Did you actually work in a studio with these guys, or was it all like?
No, so we
Over Zoom.
brought them. So we had a theme. For Cure especially, we had like the bass and the bones, and we kind of brought it. And he actually came. We went to Joshua Tree to finalize the album. Brian, he came over. He drove to Joshua Tree. We hung out and we kind of talked about it.
And then he just threw an idea and we liked it. So
Yeah.
why not incorporate it?
What'd you all think about Joshua Tree?
Beautiful. It was one of our best memories together.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's wild. A lot of people are going there to make music. 5 Seconds of Summer did their recent album there.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
awesome.
There's
I didn't know that.
there's something about Joshua Tree.
I
There
think
is. It's peaceful. That's
yeah,
what
it's
it is.
peaceful. I
There's
think it's
nothing-
just that you get to spend your time like with only the people that you want, and have time to think about, like really sit down
Yeah.
and chill, and just think about what you want to do, what you want to achieve, what do you want to say, everything that.
Yeah.
So
No distractions. I think
No
that's the
distraction.
biggest thing. Yeah.
Literally nothing.
Literally, yeah. And it's only
Mm.
like 2-3 hours away. I think
Yeah.
that's like the takeaway, right? You have to go too far.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Dude, my dream is to get a house in Palm Springs and just
Ooh.
escape there all the time.
Yeah, that'd be nice, but not live there fully, right? It's so
Yeah.
hot there.
Nah, just
Yeah.
just when I want to get the fuck out of Dodge.
Yeah. That's a good spot.
Go to the desert.
Yeah.
Who booked the terrible little place you guys practice in the little?
Yeah, don't even get me into
Oh my
that. So
God.
Tojin,
well, it was worth it in some ways.
you know what he
Somewhat
said? It
weird.
was hilarious. It's in our doc too. But he, I was saying like, hey, I'm glad we're saving money, and I'm glad you got this place that we have, and we could put our instruments in, and it was under construction still, and there's like we were catching like 20 mosquitoes an hour, honestly. And then I was telling him, I was like, when we first started our band, it was better than this. Even when we first started our band, it was in better condition than this. And then Leo was like, sometimes when a frog wants to jump higher, it needs to steep lower to jump higher. And I was cracking up. Yeah,
Well,
It's not.
Not wrong.
Yeah.
Not wrong.
that's when I understood. I was like,
so
okay,
it's now
that's- yeah.
so it's now time to take 2 steps ahead now.
yeah.
Wait, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Are you? Is the label your label?
So yeah, we have partners. So our label is called. We made it in Korea. It's called Windfall.
Yes.
Right, our first name. And we have managing partners, which is Transparent Arts, and basically we do everything together. So
That's great.
yeah,
That's pretty sick.
it's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of groups have that power and that ability and have that
Well-
trust in collaborators like that.
Yeah, we're thankful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Because if you want, you really could take 2 leaps forward.
yeah. No, honestly,
Oh
yeah. We could also like just break, like, fall down, but that's okay too.
Yeah.
It's a lot of responsibilities, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's all on your shoulders, right? There's
It is,
nobody
it
to
is.
blame. We
Yeah.
talked about that the last time.
Yeah,
It's all you.
yeah. It's all us.
No scapegoats here.
Nope.
Only entrepreneurs.
Yeah, I could blame Tojin. I was just
What he did on the construction rehearsal place.
yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, thank you, but did we really have to go this fast?
Yeah, that's your quote. I'm really thankful for getting this place, but yeah, it's bad.
I had to stop recording because my neighbors decided that they were going to do their laundry. So I'm going to try and finish this video. But apologies for the random cut.
done.
Yeah, the music video was shot already and everything, but it's just complications with certain situations that.
Sorry, I need to go back because I completely missed the entire. They were talking about Beauty and the Beast, and I completely couldn't hear them.
Yeah, maybe they'll come out later.
Were you nervous to put out Beauty and the Beast?
Not really.
Yeah. Not really.
Yeah.
First song back?
Oh,
No
I mean,
nerves?
you know what? That
What?
one was actually, as a long story short, but that one was already supposed to come out like many years ago. It's
Oh,
just
so you had it done.
yeah, the music video was shot already and everything, but it's just complications with certain situations that it just came out. It happened to come out in the middle of their like military
So
release.
it took like 2 years to get out.
Yeah. Everything was done already.
That's to do with like the legal
So when
situation,
it
right?
comes out and still does well, what does that prove to you?
Did it do well?
It proves that they're god musicians.
What is success to you then, and as
Well,
it
I mean,
relates to
like,
music?
Success, I think, in terms of us, I think we think success is like when more people listen to it. So we don't have like a pinpoint, but I think like for example, right? She's in the Rain and Sorry, I think they have around like 60 million streams right now. And Beauty and the Beast, how many does that have? Like,
I don't know.
so
Not that many.
yeah, not that many. Yeah.
Aw.
I think that we could kind of have a within our group we could kind of see the numbers, right? Not that it
Yeah,
it
not
makes
that
it
like
like
number is always the success.
Yeah, yeah,
No.
it's not.
Criterion,
No,
but,
for
but
sure.
yeah, maybe he's talking about like compared to the songs that we have
Yeah.
already. Well,
It's like
Right.
yeah, but because we didn't even get to promote it, honestly.
true. It was
We-
just
that's when they were
I think
still in the
Actually, sorry to interrupt. I think that makes the achievement more impressive purely because of the fact that they weren't able to promote it as much. The fact that it did as well as it did. And I mean, I know when you guys were recommending me things, some of you were saying it was your favorite song. Like, the impact that had without promotion, imagine if they'd been able to promote it. Imagine if it hadn't taken 2 years to come out. Imagine if they weren't on military compulsory military service at that point. I think that's an incredible achievement for a song that wasn't promoted as much as other songs.
me.
I
and-
understand.
Yeah, and we really believe we really thought that song when we wrote it like 4 years back,
4
3 years back, that was gonna
do something.
yeah, because we really believed in the song at the time. We still do, but it was like where we were at and most advanced music that we felt like we it was an upgrade from Sorry from our
Mhm.
first single, right? So
I
we're
s-
very excited. But then so 2 years have passed.
I still love that song.
I love it too. I know. I'm not.
I
saying
still
that.
love it.
I love it. It's just that we have matured and we have grown from it a little bit,
and
right? Yeah.
there might be the the bridge in between the old chapter and the new chapter.
Yeah.
Which we're embarking on now.
Exactly. Yeah.
Heal is the album.
Yeah.
The tour, October 10th. Very exciting.
Thank you. Are you coming? You come to the show.
We're coming to the show in November.
Nice.
Yay.
LA? Yay. Woo woo.
Are we on the list?
Yeah, I was just invited before this interview.
Yeah.
Dan's been going to a lot of concerts.
I have.
recently.
I've been going to lots.
Which one? What was the most recent one you went to?
I saw Stevie Nicks over the weekend.
Dope.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was-
wow.
It was wonderful.
Wow.
And I saw Jack White.
Jack White.
Yeah, I saw Jack White. and
Where
Stevie
where
Nicks.
was it at? The venues?
It was a festival in Dana Point.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
We'll go to the Heal Together World Tour
Yes, we will.
together.
Together. Yeah. Come
If
through.
you want to go as well, there's going to be a link in the description if you want to buy tickets.
We should drink a little bit backstage, maybe.
Dan hasn't drank in years, and now he's drinking again, apparently.
Oh wow, how's that?
Well, I haven't drank yet, but I'm gonna in November with you guys.
Ooh.
You're going to break your sobriety with them?
Yeah, what do you guys
Wow.
drink? You take shots or we drink beer? What do you?
Yeah, we drink it all.
Whatever you want. What?
Every single one on all above.
We'll take
All
one of
the
each.
above. Yeah. What was that?
Let's take one of each.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
Cool.
We'll have drink and at our LA show. Trust me, we'll have drinks there. Yeah, we'll have tequila. We'll have many things there.
You don't have like a drink of choice?
Well, I
What's
mean,
that?
usually drink. He's like, what's that? so in Korea we drink a lot of soju.
Yeah, I drink that.
Uh,
It's so good.
Yeah. We in Japan we would drink a lot of sake, highballs, right? In America we drink a lot of tequila and whiskey. Yeah, right.
Makes
I
me
mean,
puke.
we just drink.
Soju's
what's
really
available.
good, though.
Soju is good, but like not good for your body, but it is good.
Interesting.
Well,
Yeah.
what's good for your body?
Yeah.
Like when it comes to alcohol.
Yeah,
Water,
it's all.
yeah.
Come on, it's all
Yeah.
going to destroy your liver.
It's all relative.
But, like, I feel like tequila destroys it a little bit more than soju for sure, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
I also love flavored sake.
Ew,
Oh,
those are
fucking
good.
good.
Have you tried flavored soju?
Yeah.
Those are good too. It gives
Really
you
amazing.
a bigger
Dizzy.
headache.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know the flavored soju was a thing.
But I need to disguise the taste.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it does.
Mm.
I was told they need to go.
Oh, they want you to get the fuck out of here. Okay, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for hanging out.
Thank you.
Heel's name of the album, link in the description below.
Woo!
The Rose, everybody.
Thank
Yay.
you.
Thank Thank you for inviting us again.
Anytime.
Yeah,
Hopefully you come back.
we will. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm really glad that I reacted to that. I'm really glad I pulled through because of said issues living in a flat with people above me and below me. I really enjoyed listening to their perspectives. They gave a lot of insightful answers. And they were asked. I've never really watched the Zach Sang show before, but I think I might, just purely because of the fact that the questions weren't just like run of the mill, like, how did you feel about this? Generic questions. That there was an air of intimacy and friendship, like quality in the interview style, which I really liked. I need to learn not to say really so much. I think what I liked the most about watching this was just seeing their personalities. Like, obviously I know Jaehyung and Hatsune didn't speak as much, but it was nice the moments that they did. They didn't have input and answering stuff and talking about stuff. I don't think I stopped smiling while I was watching that, or laughing. Those guys are just so approachable. Like, I'm not surprised about that, but like, you think that someone or with a group with the level of success that they have reached, you'd think that maybe they'd be a bit less humble. And so it's nice that they are. Listening to them talk about Beauty and the Beast and the way that they had so much faith in the song, and then obviously all of the circumstances that led to the delayed release and stuff like that. They talk about how much they believed in it and believe in it. And to hear like how it didn't do well, and it's not, in their eyes, it didn't do as well numbers wise. But it didn't. But the reason for that wasn't their fault. It wasn't the fact that Beauty and the Beast was a bad song or anything like that. I've said it a million times. I don't think they can write a bad song. But yeah, it was just nice listening to their story. And I love, again, I said it in the reaction, but I love that the rose basically was the real life example of a Venn diagram. You had buskin' buddies, entertainment company, drinking buddies, and then somehow all of those three things came together. That's the only thing that I will say as someone who doesn't drink, that I felt a little bit like I don't have any input on this, is when they were like talking about all like the different drinks and stuff. Just because I don't drink, so I was like, I'm learning things. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say. The next time that we do Rose reactions, it'll probably be Wusung's solo material, and then we'll watch the interview he did with Zach Sang then afterwards. I think that's my plan. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say. So I will say goodbye. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys later on. Bye guys. Bye.